good people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus the Truth Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
Hold up.
Okay.
We back.
Yeah, and we have a great episode today. We are going to spend some time talking about J. Cole's triumphant return.
Jermaine?
Maybe.
Cole.
Yeah.
Cole World.
Yeah, like Mr. North Carolina.
Mr. Fayetteville.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mr. Ride My Bike Through New York Streets.
Hey. I like it.
That's who we're talking about today. And we believe that he's having a triumphant return before the fall off. The same kind of momentum that he had before the Kendrick Lamar and Future feature, before the diss track to Kendrick on Might Delete Later, and before the Kendrick and Drake beef or feud between them for multiple weeks. So I think that J. Cole is ready to come back and continue that run that he was on prior to that whole fiasco. And so we want to talk about some of that. Yeah. So we're going to start with Trey the True's thoughts on this situation. He did an interview with the Breakfast Club recently. Sorry, I need some water or something. He did an interview with the Breakfast Club. Breakfast.
All right, I like how you said that.
Yeah,
Mr. TJ did that there, bro.
He had an interview with the Breakfast Club. It was delicious.
And nutritious.
He talked about new music, his daughter, and he also talked about J. Cole at the end because of their friendship. And so we're going to quickly play this clip for you and then get back to the conversation, and I'm going to take a drink in the meantime.
On his kids. So that part, I'm definitely happy about it. You know what I'm saying?
The only thing I didn't like is I think Cole and Cole fans fought for the last couple of years to prove how nice Cole is and how busy Cole is, and they had so many different complaints. Oh, Cole does his own beats. He should do different beats. And Cole should do more guest appearances. And I just felt like he was doing that, and he was shooting down everybody that he was doing songs with. And it was glad to hear Cole the way I heard him when growing up as a kid as mixtape Cole. And then I just felt like that whole situation just kind of paused that made me upset.
Not to me, because you can't take away what a person was already doing.
No,
you know?
But we haven't seen Cole in a minute
since. He kind of did back off a little bit.
Yeah, he fell back on it.
When I heard that brother say he hadn't slept good, he was sleeping good for 10 years, and that was the first time in 10 years he didn't sleep good, that's all you need to tell me. You don't
Because he gets busy, and a lot of times people don't
Now, what I will say
that.
is we ain't going to go in depth, but just don't get it fucked up. His album coming. And when the album comes, it's probably going to shock a lot of people. So I remember what I tell you all the time, a lot of people form opinions on things and they don't fully know situations.
That's right.
You know.
Are you the intro?
Be all right.
Are you the intro?
Nah. I was the outro. But but before it's too late, you never know what bro may do, you know. And then, what I will do is I always salute him. We did the Trey the Truth and the Bees, a remix that's out now. And then for Trey Day, he literally flew in on the jet to ride bikes with me through Houston for the Welcome to Houston with Clutch City Cruisers, and jumped back on the jet an hour and a half later after we did bikes and came back. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my real brother, you know. And I salute him, man. I stand behind him 1,000%.
Now, did you audition for Bad Boys 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Wordplay TJ, thank you for playing that interview of mine. I appreciate it very much. Very much.
What do you think about Trey's, response to the J. Cole situation?
I think that a lot of people have been waiting.
You don't have to do the voice though.
I think the people have been waiting. I mean, we've been waiting for the fall off for a long time. This is kind of like when Lupe started the LUP end. Like, I remember he was going to retire on LUP end. That was the whole little thing that he was working out after the Cool. And it's kind of interesting to see it in this context of an artist that has like been creating this very anticipated album that's following the through line of all the different titles and theming that he's had throughout the years, to like have all the momentum that he had with the Might Delete Later videos and everything else, much like the timeline that we just gave, to like have it stopped completely by the beef in terms of everybody's conversation. And it's like, we forgot, like, no, he was gearing up for the fall off.
Yeah. Do you think it pushed the release date back?
100%.
By how long?
At least a quarter. I mean, it's probably been about 2 quarters now.
That happened, what was it? April, May, somewhere around there.
Yeah, something like that.
And then the beef carried on all the way through, the pop out, which was Juneteenth. So
yeah,
I think, sorry, I'm distracting you. I think that Trey's comments are here to say that like nobody should be worried about J. Cole right now.
Right.
What everybody should be worried about is when that drops, be ready to be surprised. Be ready to be have your expectations subverted.
Yeah.
And expect a different J. Cole than what you've heard in recent years. And even on Might Delete Later, we felt like that tape was really impressive. Not as impressive as, other albums have been this year. So like Doechie's album and even Tierra Whack's album, but he did come with an impressive project. And so I think Trey is on to something. Obviously, he's close to Cole and knows what's happening with him. But I also believe that we will be surprised.
I think we'll be like over the moon ecstatic kind of thing, because if you've been planning something this long and you are as calculated as he is, it can only be, I feel like, a masterpiece. I do feel like it's crazy because he said it on the Fallout, or not the Fallout, but Might Delete Later. He was like, this is like Hov dropping Reasonable Doubt last. And that's for his admiration of Jay-Z or admiration of Nas and all of them, that's a statement. Because Reasonable Doubt is one of those albums that you listen to it and you're like, man, this is a masterpiece. This is glowing. And you've had masterpiece albums. So to say that about this album, I can only imagine the time that he's put in on it.
Do you think he's going to address the beef on the album now? Do you think the album has changed in substance?
I mean, I think if he addresses it, it'll be the same thing like My Brothers or whatever. Like whatever stance he takes, it's not going to be something that I think will be attacking or disrespectful to either party. I
don't want him to take that stance.
What stance would you like?
These Are My Brothers is, I feel like that's the easy way. I feel like that is the expectation. I would like to see him break down what he was going through in that moment. Bigger than his apology statement.
But I still think it would be on the same line, because even if he's talking about like, I had to regain my peace, my brothers was out here, we're talking crazy in the streets or whatever, like that would be more to what he's going to do, which is making an introspective thing, which still plays the neutral role.
Yeah, what I mean by that is I want to see him pop out as the GOAT. Period.
Does him popping out as the GOAT mean he like how though?
He doesn't have to say. He doesn't have to attack his brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to be. He just has to prove it. He just has to like lyrically
Okay.
show that he is the GOAT, and people have to take that impression from hearing this project. I think that is the only way to subvert everything that happened within this in this beef. He has to kind of sort of, you know, while the other guys are fighting, he has to sort of take the throne. And it could be this ultimate chess move that, you know what I mean? And now that I'm saying it out loud, it's kind of like, oh, well, I'm setting the expectation, so you can't subvert it. So it's a catch-22. But I believe that he is going to make his throne known.
I also think that is very indicative on whether or not Kendrick drops.
Before or after?
Before or after. Because it'll be a different conversation. Even if it's not intended to be a different conversation, even if there's no mention of the beef on Kendrick's album or Cole's album or whatever it is, the conversation around it, because the Super Bowl, if he does or doesn't play Not Like Us, which I'm still positive he will, I think it might shift or take away attention from something that'll be really great. If he does it after, I think he'll be fine. But like, if he just so happens to release before Kendrick releases, I think that could like cause a couple issues.
So I have a couple like historical things that I've seen Kendrick do. He's always managed to release an album prior to a big showing. So like before the SNL, his SNL performance most recently, he has tended, a lot of people release singles after the Super Bowl, not necessarily albums. So that might be a thing. But back to the J. Cole and Kendrick conversation and releasing, if Kendrick puts out an album right after the Super Bowl and then J. Cole goes after, I think J. Cole will be at a disadvantage. But if J. Cole goes before that, I think he has the advantage as long as the project does not come into the social commentary as competition between both projects.
That just depends on the time and space. Because if he so let's put it in perspective, right? So
you need cool down time between the two.
Yes, you need enough time. Like 2 weeks ain't enough cool down time. You know, because then the conversation will be, well, did Kendrick release this to stop his da-da-da-da-da? Did he know he was releasing? If it's a month, maybe it's a little bit freer, but the rumblings will still kind of be there. Or at least it might then be said, okay, Kendrick let Cole have his time. So I think, so I think about a month. If there's a month in between these albums, that gives Cole an advantage either way.
I think that's plenty of time in 2024 with knowing our media cycles, right? Things are super quick. They only last for, doing this show, things only balloon for about a week.
Yeah.
And then they're gone, or a few days, and then they're gone. So even there's moments where we will come on this show and try to talk about a topic, and it's too old for us to talk about by the time we get to it. So the recent features.
He about to start a run.
You think so?
I think because, again, the beef took up so much time, which I'm just now realizing, like, they was, like, for what they were doing,
months.
And then pop out, it's just like, this, it was way too much. Like, it was fun, but still way too much.
And in some ways, Kendrick Lamar just punted it down the road a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I think, here's my theory around J. Cole's features.
Okay.
I think he purposefully is ordering or collaborating with these artists to put out the worst to the best. Because currently in the order that they're in, I would believe that these features, so Grippy on Cash Cobain's project, Rosary with A$AP Rocky, A Plate of Collard Greens with Daylyt, and Blow for Blow with T Grizzley. I think progressively, J. Cole has put out a better showing over those tracks. I
agree. Golly, Grippy was a verse. It was a verse.
He did a thing.
It was the first verse we had heard since the beef, and yep, we heard it.
It was put out there.
I ain't got nothing else to say on that, Mr. TJ.
Thanks, Trey. Ruby Rosary was also kind of light as well. In a lot of ways, A$AP Rocky showed up in the same ways that we expect A$AP Rocky to show up. J. Cole increased the cadence on this project, which elevated this song a little bit more. So that's really all I got to say about that. You know, J. Cole's lyrics were really, really tight and really good. And on A Plate of Collard Greens is when the lyricism really showed up.
And I think this is his most like cadence flipping MF Doom-esque Andre 3000, like finding these different pockets of like inward rhymes or middle rhymes and like just really showing the articulation and how much he thinks about his lyrics. I think Blow for Blow is just one of those, him showing his connectivity to the streets and how he gets on these trap rappers' songs and just floats.
T Grizzley really impressed me.
Grizzley one of them ones.
He's always been a talented person, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where it has changed on this project is I feel like he tried to be a bit more lyrical than he needed to be. Like he was trying to fit into the mold, whereas I think he could have came with those same lyrics and performed it a little differently, been himself, and it would have hit much better.
Yeah, I could kind of see that, but I also think that it's a mind state thing. Given that T don't have, like, he's another one of them artists, much like T-Pain, they ain't got to do music no more if they don't want to. The gaming aspects that they have introduced to their careers is in a whole nother space. So I think, like, mentally,
I didn't even know he was in that space.
Yes, like, be getting bags, has his own GTA server. Yeah,
so if folks don't know, T-Pain streams on a regular basis on Twitch. They put out VODs, videos on demand, on YouTube, and so there's several YouTube channels that trace T-Pain's his live streaming,
revenue and like how much he gets per stream.
Not his revenue, but they actually like just record his streams. And put them up on YouTube. And T Grizzley, it seems, has the same trajectory.
Him and Sada Baby have a lot of the same kind of things. And it's just one of those lanes that he was like, I mean, he getting racked because people have to pay to be in the T Grizzley server. And so
it's like a Discord?
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Discord with it, but the server is more so like for GTA.
Okay,
so it's like
I get it.
Dedicated, like everybody that's in the server is somebody that's paid to be on this.
That makes sense.
To be able to play with them.
So it's a Patreon for gamers, basically.
Basically, that is what it is, and I think that controlled the motivation or whatever. Whereas Cole, he knows what our conversation was after Grippy. Like I guarantee you, whether even in his piece, you heard somebody be like, Grippy was okay.
Right. And I think that's the reason why I think the order of these is purposeful. I think him and Ebe, his manager, they know.
I thought you said Eve, and I was like, what did him and
Ibrahim
Eve have to do with this?
is his manager.
Okay.
I think they know together what to put out strategically.
Yeah. And, he is such a, clearly from the apology and everything else, you can tell that he's a caring person and he cares about the people that he's around. Hence why we even played the Trade of Truth interview, is because their brotherhood is very documented, Trade of Truth and Ibiza in terms of the things that he did there. And I think he does that for each and every person that he features on. Because I remember everybody being like, well, Cole called me the other day and was, gave me some game on this. Or Trey says in the interview, like, there's so many albums that I was about to not put out. But him and I had debates and conversations. He was like, well, if you get 50 fans, if you get 30 fans, that's still better than getting nothing by not putting it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that part of the interview, and it's good food for thought for independent artists. You just got to put it out in order to build those fans. Do you think it's over for Cole?
Whoever thought that is stupid.
Well, it is the fall off, right? So
I see what you did there, sir.
Do you think it's over for him
after the fall off?
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to get such a high response. There's no way he'll want to. Like, we have that athlete bug. So if you release a classic album, so say you drop an album, because you're in the midst of working, but say you drop one this year and like that album goes platinum. Do you think you walk off as a champion?
Who, me?
Yeah. Or are you coming right? Or are you trying to come right back?
I'm different because I'm going to be doing this until I'm 89.
Yeah, but that's our new age thing. And I think the same thing about these artists is like, I ain't got to stop. Like, we're able to grow in our maturity. We're able to grow older as artists and be legacy acts, pop out on tours. For some, I'm trying to.
Have you heard of Pete and Boz?
Do what now?
I'll show you after this.
So I think that it's like the best kind of situation for him to be in a place where he's like, no, you don't have to drop this album and stop. You're going to be way, 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 way up and very energized to at least do something after.
Right.
So maybe he tries something different. Maybe he does a collab album with somebody. Maybe he just does a Gear of the Killer features.
Yeah.
Or something.
I think what the fall off means is I'm stepping away from the industry at large. I'm going completely independent. I'm not doing this game of label distribution. I don't have to do it anymore. I can go home, be a husband, be a dad. I can go on tour anytime I want to. I'll keep putting projects out, and I'll put projects out through TuneCore. You know what I mean? That seems to be what I would assume for him.
I don't know. I'm just excited and I'm ready to hear it. I'm excited for all of these features, which if you want to listen to them, they are down in the description for you. Cause get that copyright crap out of here. But he is so good. He just continues to grow. And that's so crazy to think about with the career that he's had. And it just shows the big three are the big three, regardless of what their conversations between each other are. You pop out, like I said, 4 songs of a diss track got you the Super Bowl. 4 features. Well, 3 features. I don't include Grippy in that. These 3 features have gotten Cole back on the radar of, let's get the fall off. Like, it took 3 songs and not even your songs.
Yeah.
3/16 outside of a whole mixtape that you had, like getting us built up and ready to go, and you have immediately grabbed back the attention in the middle of Super Bowl conversations and is there beef still on and how is Drake gonna recover? Like you came back in like, this is why I chose my piece.
Yeah, I don't think that Cole has lost his momentum at all. Mm-hmm. And I believe that when he's ready to pop out, we'll be ready to.
Do you think, as we speculate a little bit about the fall off, do you think that the fall off has any features? Because we know this is a Cole thing.
So I'll say this. I think Cole is best when he is challenged to collaborate.
I like that.
On beats, he's best when he's challenged to collaborate. And on vocally and lyrically, he is his best when he's challenged to collaborate. So I think that collaboration will be a big deal. And he started with production as his collaboration technique. Mm-hmm. And now he's moved into lyricism as his collaboration technique. And now he's going to blend them both for the fall off. That's my theory.
My theory is I don't think he will. And if he does, it has to be some of the most monumental features that he has ever done. And it has to be like, it's got to be like you got Jay and Nas on a song with you.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be you just went and got, you know, no disrespect because I love Jid, but you can't just get your Dreamville artist in this type of album because of the way you're setting it up. Unless it's like the best version of all of them.
Yeah.
And I mean the literal best.
But I think that's also something that he talked about. He said that I want to get out of the way for the rest of Dreamville.
He did. So, man, that's I'm excited. I'm excited that Cole is popped back out, done great music. What did you all think?
Yep.
Of all of this music? Let us know down in the comments. We appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, share this to somebody if you think this will be a dope video for them, because we have, you know, adult grown men conversations without all yelling.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah. But anyway, y'all, we'll see y'all on the next one. I appreciate you for letting me come on this show, Mr. Wordplay DJ.
I done came down.
It's Trader Truth in No Rhyme or Reason podcast.
Peace.
Man, hold up.